hockey fans. The Minnesota Hockey Connection Show is on the air. We're at PACT-TV Studios in downtown Duluth, and it's January 27th. Boy, the month's going fast. Hey, you know what? I haven't had a D3 coach since Mark Wick from St. Scholastica was on here last year or 2 years ago. So we got a special guest, and I can't believe Rich McKenna, the head coach of UWS Superior. And he's been there 9 years. It seems like yesterday, Rich. I'm glad to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So you're a Eastern boy.
Yep.
You grew up back east in New York City, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit how you got started in hockey.
Well, it was an interesting story compared to the kids out here. Didn't start playing hockey until 6th grade after the New York Rangers won the cup, broke the curse. Kind of captivated New York, got into it, then started playing, obviously. Got all the way up to Division III in Castleton State College in the old ECAC East. And just kind of fell in love with it, kind of took over my life. Got me through school, everything else, and then kind of just fell into coaching. I wouldn't say coaching was going to be something that was on my radar, but Alex Todd, my coach, he's now the coach at Trine University. He's doing a great job there. Kind of challenged me to do it, and I did it, and kind of then it's taken me all over the place, and now my wife's from Connecticut, I'm from New York, and we're here. We've had kids born all over the place, and I've made Cloquet and Superior UWS our home for the last 9 seasons.
Oh, okay. What's your wife's name?
Karina.
And how many kids?
3 boys. Declan, he's 11. Wade, he's 8, and Barrett is 7.
So tell me, do they have any hockey blood?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They all are playing hockey. 2 out of the 2 younger ones are quite good at soccer as well.
Oh, yeah.
But they have naturally been drawn to hockey, and it's
right.
A lot of holes in my walls.
Hockey's changed so much back here in the Midwest, especially community hockey, where these kids now are playing hockey all year round. I don't like it. I like it when they play different sports and they get different skills that way. But it is what it is.
It's different now, but
yeah.
With our kids getting into
So, this is the big question. How did you get to Superior, Wisconsin, though?
Well, it was kind of interesting. I was coaching in New Jersey in their inaugural season in the North American League for the New Jersey Titans. I met Freddie Harbinson, who is an alum of UWS, head coach, one of the winningest coaches in junior hockey. He's up in Penticton.
Okay.
They're constantly
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
I met him when I was at UConn recruiting, and Troy Stetcher was playing for him, and Wade Murphy, and those guys were all playing for him, and we were going Hockey East at the time, and we were going to get scholarships then and all that other stuff. So started to get to talk to him a little bit, all of that, and then obviously we didn't get them one day. I think they both went to North Dakota, so lost that recruiting battle. But we kept in touch a little bit here and there, and Alex Todd is actually from Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
Oh. Okay.
So he knew a bunch of guys when this job came up, and kind of like anywhere, it's who you know, and started making some phone calls and all of that. Put my name in the hat, got an on-campus interview, and was able to get the job.
Yeah, I know the Stauber family real well, and Dan was coach here for many years too. But you've been here 9 years, so you must like it up here.
Yeah,
the family likes it.
Longest place I've ever been. Every
Really?
year's been 1 to 2 stops.
Oh, that's good.
1 to 2 years.
So, I'm looking. You guys you play about what with playoffs or anything? Close to 30 games, maybe?
Yeah, 25 regular season. If you play in the first round, you get another 2. Second round's another 2. Third round for the conference championship would be 1 and done, and then it's 1 and done after that in the NCAAs.
I was looking on the computer. I didn't know there's over 90 teams, I think, in D3.
Yeah, I think it's 86 now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
86, 87.
Okay. I'm not good in counting, I guess. but what gets me, I saw they had some rankings poll. I mean, it's not pairwise, but how in the heck can they even rank it when they don't see 90% of the teams ever, you know?
Yeah, it's the pairwise. Well, we went from the pairwise to the NPI. It's all subject to the rankings are basically coaches and like SIDs and press and
SIDs,
stuff like
okay.
that. So you get
So they see their own conference a lot, so they're probably going to vote more. Probably
You get a little bias
yeah,
to it, for sure.
Everything's that way, but okay. So how does it work out? Get to the final. I think there's 2 byes, right? When it gets to the first round.
Yeah. So yes, first and second place get a bye in the WIAC, and then
So whoever's first and second in the whole thing. And then the conference champion, the tournament play on each conference gets in?
Yep. So then basically for 1 and 2 get a bye in the WIAC playoffs. 3 through 6 will play. Winners go to first and second place, play a 2-game series, and we still do the mini game. And then if we need to, and then it's one and done, highest seed hosts.
Okay, I was looking at your record lately. Like the last 2 years, you'd probably 500, but this year, you're right now, as of today, you're 14-3-2. What turned it around?
Last year we were a very good defensive team. We just struggled to score, and we basically ran out of time. Year before that, we've kind of hovered around that 14, 15, 16 win mark.
Right.
And it was good because we were able to, there's a process, right? When you take the job, obviously, we had to rebuild a couple of things and stuff like that. And then I would say this year we kind of pivoted a little bit on how we wanted to push the guys. There was always development that we wanted to take us to the next level. But after last year and having our first losing season in 4 or 5 seasons, whatever it was kind of like, okay, like we have to throw a shot across the bow to the guys. Mm-hmm. Went out, probably over-recruited a little bit. We had to have some difficult conversations with some guys, which was really tough for me because it was guys it was all my guys now, right? The guys that I've invited into the program,
right? So
on and so forth. But, we had the business side caught up to us. We had to make hockey decisions, and we did. And I think it kind of refocused the guys a little bit. Like, we're here to get an education, but we're here to play hockey and win.
Right.
And I think it's taken it. And I would also say our leadership group of Gavin Rasmussen, a local kid, Cloquet kid, being the captain, Dusty, Pine City, he's an assistant, Ish, he's a Toronto kid, Colin Pedersen, he's Owatonna. Like, those guys really kind of took the reins. Mm-hmm. We named captains for the first time prior to summer. Mm-hmm. So guys were able to kind of go in and they knew what the group was that was going to kind of be that layer in between me and the team. And then it was, I thought obviously I think we brought in the right guys. Ike Kagawa's having a fantastic year as a freshman, but all guys are contributing. We're also deeper than a lot of our opponents, and
right.
I think that's allowed us to really wear teams down and win a lot of games in the third.
I saw Gavin a lot when he played at Cloquet, and what a great skater he was. And that I thought he was D1 material. But so he's doing good, and he's the leader on the team. But you got another freshman from Duluth area, Denfield, yeah.
Yep.
I liked him when he played up in Anchorage in North American Hockey League, power forward and that.
For sure.
But I don't know, it takes time. It's a big jump. I don't care, jump from high school to the North American to the.
Yeah, and Kay's a really good player. He is a power forward. I think
Yep.
Kay's played a lot of junior hockey coming into here. I think he was a little banged up. And
Right.
then coming into Division III, the style in which we play and our opponents, like I think that taxing on the body and the game that he plays kind of caught up to him. So we've had to kind of, heal him a little bit in the last, and to make him available for the stretch run. And he played a fantastic game on Saturday.
Yeah, I remember Holmes. Didn't he play for Apple Valley or something? Or down south?
Holmes, he's out
Yeah,
there.
he's a senior,
Yep,
huh?
fifth
Okay.
year.
Okay, did you have him all 5 years?
No, he transferred in from Utica. He played with Raz with the
Okay.
Wilderness.
Well, it's good that, 20 years ago, I used to always ask the coaches, why don't you get at least half your team from local kids, and you get the fans built up, but I guess to get the talent, hockey's improved in every level so much, and the numbers are so much more, that's when you look at rosters. You look at every college, they're coming from every state in the union now, it's crazy.
It was a little bit not being from out here.
Right.
I was very cautious on recruiting local kids.
Right.
If I recruited a local kid, that kid was going to be in the lineup every night. I wasn't going to be an outsider coming in,
Right.
bringing local kids and having them sit in the stands and rot. I wanted to make sure those kids were going to be everyday players for us as I tried to reestablish the program, establish myself in the community and everything. I didn't want to hoard local talent and not play it.
Right. And funny thing, I'm not knocking Minnesota kids, but community hockey, they stay home, they go to bed, where all these other states, it's AAA hockey, and they leave home when they're 15, 16, and they grow up a lot faster. And some of these Minnesota kids are a little soft probably when nothing against that, because community hockey, I think, is the best in the world if anyone watches it. Just look at the state tournament, the biggest sporting event in high school in the United States.
Yes, for sure.
So, it's just great fun when it comes to playoff time, and it's down the line in 3 weeks. So, I got a few questions on, I don't know, you probably can answer this for sure, but I'm seeing in D1 hockey, the portal, everyone hates it, but they can't do anything about it. It's just the way it's going to be. Is the
anywhere.
portal the same with D3 as D1?
Yeah, I would say the Division III. It's no secret. Some schools use it in terms of attendance, right? So they want schools teams to have a certain amount of players and all that other stuff. So you have to over recruit at some point, and sometimes those players feel they could go on. So I would say for Division III, the portal's good because that's what the portal was built for. In Division I, there's a lot more money in college sports now than there's ever been. You got
The NIL now.
the name, image, and likeness, and some of these kids are staying in college because they're making more money than when they signed their first pro contract, right? So, Division I, it's different. There's more money being thrown around. The kids, everyone has advisors now and all that other stuff.
That's I got a comment on that.
That has changed a lot too. I kind of always equated hockey to the Wild West. Like, it doesn't make the same amount of money as football
Right.
and basketball, and hockey has a real business side to it in college sports now. Probably more so, or just as much as basketball is the big, basketball and football. So the portal's different in Division I for sure.
Okay.
But you still deal with it in Division III.
Yeah. You see, I don't know why so many teams pick up some of these kids, because to me, character means a lot. Back in my time, your character meant everything to the team and that. And someone sign in, and I'm talking D1 more, and then leave after 1 year because the coach made you take out the guard, whatever, something really small,
Oh, yeah.
And they'll leave. And it says, wait a minute.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I would say one of the biggest things is you continue to re-recruit your own guys that you've recruited before.
Yeah.
There is a balance between, at least the way I want to run things is I still feel hard wins. I still feel old school is the way, is the right way to do it. Because again, you're going to be a husband, you're going to be a father, you're going to be a boss, you're going to be something other than a hockey player eventually. And, you know, not every day is going to be a good day.
Right.
And you got to sometimes grind through, and sometimes you get humbled a little bit. But I would say one of the biggest changes now is the coaches. Kids are smarter than they've ever been before. Kids are, you know, they're so in tune to gaining information and everything.
Right.
Coaches that, you know, are strictly, it's my way or the highway. You have to have relationships with each guy now. And
Yeah,
if you
it's
don't,
hard.
if you
The
don't
old school
develop
coaches
that,
are having a hard time.
Exactly.
Because one parent will get crazy and
yeah, and if you don't develop that, the kid's out.
yeah. So I know D1 they give a lot of money for recruiting. Does D3 do they give you a lot of money, or do you have to do a lot of streaming now and instead of going in person?
I would say, you know, UWS has given me the tools that I've needed to be
Yeah,
successful.
good.
All right, like first 3 years, we kind of took it on the chin, reestablishing the culture, getting guys, you know, making hard decisions, so on and so forth. Probably took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but then we started winning. I've never been told no. You know, Nick Bursick does a fantastic job. I would follow Nick to any, if he ever left and there was a job opening, I would go and work for him at any point in time. Our athletic department, I think, has done a fantastic job becoming a real leader in our entire school.
Right.
Athletics is, you know, what we just built a turf field. We're getting new
Right.
boards and glass. We're doing some renovations to Westman.
Nice.
You know, for our small little school in northernmost town in Wisconsin, you have what you need. But then again, you know, with the recruiting stuff, like, are we going to spend, you know, when I was at UConn, like, you know, we had basically an unlimited budget to recruit. Obviously, you don't have that at Division III. You got to, you know, you got to be smart. The one thing I'd say about Division III is if you could be successful in Division III, you can honestly coach anywhere.
Yeah.
Because you have to work smart, not hard.
Right.
And,
Right.
You know,
Who are your assistant coaches, and how
So-
many can you have?
so you could have basically unlimited coaches because really no one's full time, right?
Okay.
Brian Meisner, Mouse.
Okay.
He's our assistant. You know, I think we're the only Division III school with 2 former Division I coaches on the bench. Mouse is the defenseman whisperer. He's fantastic. Game planning and all that stuff. And there's a reason why our D consistently go and sign pro contracts after UWS. John Feely jumped on this past year. He played at Air Force, played rugby at Air Force too. But
Ooh, tough guy.
he's kind of taken a leadership role and team building role with our team. You know, and he's done a fantastic job. Paul Bittner has jumped on as well. Paul, you know, he's the young guy. He's not much older than Holmesy and
Right.
Franny
Right.
and guys. But you know, he was a Crookston kid that went major junior.
Okay.
And then, you know, I think he was a 2nd-round draft pick in the NHL, all that stuff. So we have a nice little group. All of us bring different ideas and different ways of, same vision, but different ways of getting there, right? And it's been really good.
Nice, nice. So you got a lot of good coaches and a lot of support there. I was looking. Are you in first place? I didn't even look
Yep.
at your. Okay, and who's?
It's tight, though.
Stevens
Stevens Point
Point.
is-
They've been
Point.
good for the last 5-6 years.
Eau Claire.
They won it about 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Stevens
Yeah,
Point, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I was looking at some of the names, and I don't even know where that even is. There's so many back east. They're loaded with D3s
Yeah.
in New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut. They're just loaded.
Yes, and it's the conference realignments have hit Division III out east big time too.
So basically, if you stay this way and you play out and you win at least 2/3, you'll probably get a bye then, huh?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the
And
plan.
then most likely you'll be home
We'll be home in the first round. If we finish first, we would be, and we win in the second round. I'm sorry, we would be home in the second round if we finish in the top two. If we finish first, we would be, and we win our second round matchup, we would be hosting for a chance to go to the NCAAs.
Oh, great. So that, I mean, local fans for hockey and that. When does the playoffs start, you know?
We have 3 more weekends before playoffs
Yeah, I see
start.
that. I was supposed to go down, on Saturday night, down in Eau Claire.
Oh,
There's a friend of
excellent.
mine, Chuck Erickson, his kid plays for.
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie's
Yeah,
great,
good
great
kid.
kid.
Good, great kid, yeah.
I worked summer camps with him. He's
Yeah.
a fantastic
yeah,
kid.
Good kid. So I don't know if I can make it, but I might go down with Chuck just to see that game. I got to get out. And you're home only the last 2 games, correct?
Yep, against Stevens Point.
Yeah, oh boy. And that's on February, let's see, 14th and 15th?
Yep, sounds right.
Yeah, okay. Great. That's good. So, how do you spend your time right now during the season? I mean, when's practice and what do you go over film and,
Yep.
you know, what's a normal day for you?
So we practice Monday to Thursday. Sometimes we throw in those days off, especially now. I'm not a huge 2-hour practice guy, in all honesty, but we're getting down to the point now in the season where it's 45, 55 minutes for practice. We have some sort of video every day, whether that's individual lines, power plays, penalty kills, deep pairings, goalies, team. So videos very, very important. The kids really gravitate towards that. They consistently come with clips after they watch shifts and all that other stuff to how could they be better in this decision or what happens when this happens and so on and so forth. And we work out 2 to 3 times a week as well. We have an unbelievable strength and conditioning staff there. We practice 8:30 to 10:30. We have the ice for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:30 to 1:30. I like to kind of keep the guys in a routine of getting up, getting prepared, go to class. If you have on Tuesdays and Thursdays, go to practice, be done by, kind of live that 8 to 5 kind of lifestyle between classes and practice. Because once 5 o'clock's done, you can kind of punch out for the night, do your, get your homework in, do whatever you need to do to get ready for the next day. I think there's a reason why we have the highest GPA in the athletic department. On the men's side for sure.
Good.
That's one of my, one of the things that we take a lot of pride in too. Only 1 year in my 9 have we not had the highest GPA, and that was the year we kind of practiced 6 to 8.
I always tell these kids, maybe 1% of 1% might go to the National Hockey League. So you better get your grades and you're not going to be playing hockey for a career.
Yeah, no, for sure, and that's and that's also why I think UWS has been able to produce pro hockey players is because you can get a good education, but you're also not paying $50,000 to do. You can't
Right.
make $500 in the coast if you
Right.
have a $1,500 student loan bill.
Right,
So
right.
it still allows you to keep that dream alive. If you attain the things you're supposed to attain and acquire the tools you need to acquire over the 4 years, you can go play.
We're talking head coach of UWS Superior Hockey, men's hockey, Rich McKenna. And their record so far is 14-3-2. And their next home series is going to be February 14th, 15th against Stevens Point, who are in second place. So that's going to be a great matchup. So I know in high school, I know I've been doing this 35 years, and I know the best coaches, and most of their philosophy, they're all discipline. Every one of them is old and disciplined kind of coaches. They're not the new style. So, but I know one thing they do is that they always have their teams ready when the playoffs start. They don't care if they lose some games in the middle and that, and let the kids screw up in the beginning. It's like the first of the year. Okay, you did it your way the first half of the season. Now we're doing it my way. So what's your philosophy to get ready for the playoffs, especially when you're having a very good year? You don't want to get too overconfident either, you know?
Yeah, no, that's the, we've talked to the guys about don't mistake swagger for cockiness. Don't, I want our guys to have the swagger. I want them to have the belief that we are the better team, that we should win. But there's a game plan. There's preparation beforehand. You keep them humbled, but you want to pump them up at the same time. You want to keep the eye on the prize. It's cliche. A lot of coaches say it, but it is a day-to-day process. There's no, like today, we're just coming off a good weekend. Today was a light practice.
That was a good team. Yeah,
it was, lighter practice. Let's just get the legs moving. Let's flush it out a little bit. They had a workout prior to practice. Focus a little bit on power play, be done.
Right.
You just want to kind of fine tune things and give them stuff. You do a lot more through video now. But again, it's just like anything in life. It's a day-to-day
Right.
process, and you just, you want to get just 1% better every day.
Right. I know a lot of people, in Superior here, and a few of them have athletic season ticket holder, but it's for all the sports, and they love it, and I think everyone that loves hockey or lives in Superior should get it. It's not that much, and it's a great program you have for. The price is right, to get out for entertainment. And it's entertaining hockey D3 now. It's amazing how it's changed in 20 years.
Yeah, it's the cost, the bang for your buck or whatever that you can
Right.
get now. It's not $150, $200 to take the family of 5 out, family of 4 out. You can go and, you can spend, $70 and get into the games and get all the concessions that you want.
Right.
Have great seats, and be able to see everything and all that stuff. It's, we've started to see the fan base increase a little bit. We'd like to see more of it as we
Right.
continue to hopefully keep on our winning ways.
Right, I hope so too. It's head coach Rich McKenna from UWS Superior. And boy, Rich, thank you for being on the show this week, and good luck on the rest of the season, and especially in the playoffs. Let's see you get to the finals. And that's great hockey. When I've seen some teams from Minnesota and Wisconsin that got to the finals, and boy, I was amazed how good the hockey was on some of these teams. And I don't know back east teams, but I bet are they different style of hockey?
Yeah, I would say when we went out to the Codfish for our Christmas tournament this year, it's the oldest tournament in Division III. It's a little bit of a different style. I would say they were more concerned about us than and our style of play. Going in, I would say we were the most physical team. In all honesty, I think they tried to match our physicality and took themselves out of the play, and we were able to. We probably ended up the least physical team in the tournament, but we won it, so It was good for us.
Well, good. Well, like I say, congratulations on your season so far, and good luck the rest of the season in the playoffs.
Appreciate
It's
it.
UWS head coach, men's hockey, Rich McKenna. So that's it at PACT-TV Studios, the Minnesota Hockey Connection Show. He's saying, get out to the rinks and see some boys play hockey and some men play hockey. So, see you at the rink.